What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be working on the 1953 Autocar DC75. On this episode, we're going to be doing some more wiring. And inside here, you can see all my wiring harness here. We're hopefully going to be mounting the fuse panel up and starting to sand the dash down so we can put it in primer. So that's what we should be mainly doing today. So I'll try to get as much footage for that. And also we probably will be drawing out the cab lights up there because they have seen a lot of weather through the years and the screws have just rusted right out. So you can't get them because they're just stripped. They just strip because they're so rusted. So we're going to be getting up there and drawing those out. So get right to it. So I got all 5 of these cab lights drilled out. Well, actually 4. I got one off. One, the screws actually weren't too bad on it. But I got all 5 drilled out and all the wires cut. There's only one wire up here because I believe that's just positive and then they're just ground to themselves to the roof. But I don't have any new screws to put the new ones on. So we'll have to wait for next episode to put those on. But at least I did get them off. It's not in too bad shape. This one's the only one that I had a little bit of trouble on, and the roof is a little bit soft there. You can see right there. I don't think that's really going to be an issue though, because the gasket goes right over top of it. I'll make sure to seal that up good with some, I don't know, caulk or whatever. Not caulk, but like, sealing stuff to make it so it seals good. So I'm gonna get back down and start putting some wire wrap on and sanding the dash. For the wire harness, it's a bit loud because we got Austin up inside sanding. Link to his channel will be down below. He does a lot of carpentry stuff, so sanding right up his alley. But the wire harness I'm using is a Rebel wiring harness. I believe it is 12 or 14 circuit, I can't remember. It is not for a diesel, but it'll work. The wiring harness is wiring harness. For the wire wrap I'm using is this, it's like expandable sleeving wrapping is what they call it. It's an Amazon special, like Alex Tech. Half inch, 100 foot of it. This is like $14 for like 100 foot on a roll, so not too bad. And it does look a lot better than like the black corrugated stuff that you can get at a normal auto parts store. So here we can see that I got the wire wrap on. If I were to do it again, I would get probably 3/4 inch, maybe 1 inch. But on the 1956 Oldsmobile, we got pretty big, and it was just too big. It looks kind of bulky and stuff. But this fits nice and tight, as you can see. You just gotta kind of work it on there. Takes a little bit, but once you get it on, I think it's worth it because it definitely does look a lot better than the black corrugated stuff. Also, it flexes a little bit better. So another thing when you're doing this is for the passenger side headlight and turn signals. This is a little loom for it. So one thing when you're doing this is it helps to tape it up like every 1 or 2 feet here, so that way when you're putting the wire wrap on, it doesn't try to like separate. So that way all the wires are like one big loom. That really helps a lot. And taping the front up really good, so that way you can snake it through a bit better in the loom. So we're gonna get this loom on and run it to the other side. can see, it is good. I taped them together here because they come off the same harness because they're, you got 2 headlights, so you don't really need to run. They only run 1 wire for each high beam and stuff like that, so you only need to run 1. So then I have to join them together here because the 1 wires comes out into 2 right here. You're supposed to heat shrink them. Number 1, you're not going to be able to get heat shrink at the joint there, very good. Number 2, don't have any heat shrink. So I've been using electrical tape on that stuff for a while though. And as long as you use a good electrical tape like some Scotch Super 33 or Super 88, any good brand electrical tape will work. Don't go using the dollar store electrical tape or something like that because it definitely will not hold then. So you can see there it took me about 5 minutes to run this little maybe 5 foot, maybe 8 foot section. Takes a little while to work it over these wires, but as I said before, definitely think it's worth it because look how much better it looks. And this stuff is kind of like it's like a harder plastic stuff, hard strands. So if it were to rub, it would protect it a little bit. Obviously it's not going to protect it rubbing for like a very long time, but if it were to rub for a little while, it would protect it. So we're going to get this installed and then we're going to move and start helping to sand on the dash. Alright guys, so here you can see we've been sanding on it. This is all down to bare metal. The top is getting there. You have to hand sand a lot of it to get in between all these crevices for like defrosting vents and in between here, especially back there. That's hard to get to. But I'm going to drill this the shift pattern thing out, how to shift the transmission. It's just riveted in there, so I'm going to drill that out. Now it's time we'll re-rivet it back in, so that way we can primer around it and not have to worry about getting overspray on it, because I think this is a cool piece to have and it's pretty useful. Alright guys, so we got this whole dash sanded down to the best that we could with hand sandpaper and sanding. So we're going to prime it, but first we're going to wipe it down with 91% alcohol. You can see. And the main reason we're priming it right now so we can paint it is so I can get these gauges back in, the switch panel over there, so we don't have to pull those back out again. And at the very least we'll just paint black around there so that way we can tape it off good. But the hope is to paint the whole dash black. And also I might pull the steering wheel today, I don't know.
There you go. Oh, same windshield.
Guys, so here's the finished product. You can see we primered it. The front came out pretty good. Maybe just needs a real light sanding with like 1000 grit and then we can spray it black. The top didn't come out too bad, but it definitely needs some sanding up there. You can see there's pitting, and then the back of the dash, I think I'm gonna have to pull the windshield out, which is no big deal because we got to put new windshields in anyway, to paint the back and sand it properly, because you can't really get in there to sand it or paint it because it's so close to the windshield and that does not come off. So you're going to have to probably pull the windshields out there. But overall it came out pretty decent. Definitely needs a little bit more work, but next episode we should tackle that with new work, more work to the dash, and maybe even spraying some color on it, but probably not because that's a lot of work, that side right there, because we got to move the windshield. Not a lot of work, but a lot of time to put into it. But yeah, everything looks good. I took this thing off. Turns out it was just tabs. You just flip the thing off, up, and you pry the tabs up, and then it comes right off. But all 4 of them broke, so we're gonna have to do something about that, whether it's machine screws or new rivets, I don't know. But yeah, it came out pretty good. So if you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more content on auto cars and lawnmowers. Anything that has a motor on it, that's what we do. So see you later.